Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm very sorry for taking so long to upload another video. I think the last video I uploaded was probably like a month ago, maybe, or maybe longer, I don't know. I'm so sorry, life just happens, but I'm back, I'm better, and I'm ready to like bust these videos out. Like, this video is going to be about intermittent fasting. I mentioned it in my last video, I believe. If not, I probably just thought it in my head. This video is going to be about intermittent fasting and how I used it throughout my weight loss journey. I just want to define intermittent fasting, just so you guys know what it is. I'm going to read the definition from Healthline. Wait, is this Healthline? Because I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a trainer, I'm not certified yet. Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern where you cycle between periods of eating and fasting. So it doesn't specify which foods you can and cannot eat, but rather when you should eat them. So I know that definition is kind of big, but I didn't want to read through the whole entire thing. So I'm just going to share with you guys my perception of intermittent fasting and how it worked for me. So basically, yes, you are cycling between eating and fasting, Now, when you're intermittent fasting, basically what you do is you eat within an 8-hour time frame within your whole 24-hour day. You eat within an 8-hour gap, and then for 16 hours you're fasting. So 16 hours probably sounds like a very long time to not be eating, but let me just go into more detail. The 16 hours, typically you're sleeping most of the time. So for me, when I used intermittent fasting to lose fat, and let me just touch on that, intermittent fasting is great for fat loss properties. It's also good for other things like heart health, digestion health, all that type of stuff, but I used it for the purpose of losing fat and aiding me in losing weight. So, and it worked. So basically how I used it was I ate my first meal at 10 a.m, last meal at 6 p.m, fasted for the rest of the day, and I'm usually in bed by like 10, 11, well 10 worked for me, but you can switch it up to however you want it to be. It does not have to be 10 to 6, it doesn't have to be 12 to 8, it can be whatever is most beneficial for you. Now that we know what intermittent fasting is, you basically eat within a time frame. I want to go into the details of like how I use it. I said I did it from 10 to 6 p.m. and I wasn't so strict. Sometimes I would switch the times. I do like 8 a.m. to 4 or something like that. So you can switch it up. They say that starting off, if this is your first time trying intermittent fasting, that you should only do like 3 days out the week. Me personally, I did Sunday through Thursday because those are the days that I go to work. And so it's just easy for me to be in that routine of intermittent fasting. What's it called? Yeah, so I do Sunday through Thursday, and then I take Friday and Saturday off. Those are like my cheat days, and I have cheat days every single week, and I can talk about that in another video. I do intermittent fasting 5 days out of the week, 2 days like a rest from it. Intermittent fasting isn't so much about what you eat, it's about when you eat. So within that 16-hour time frame when you are fasting, the fasting period is the period where you are burning fat. Now, from my understanding, the time that is most effective of the fat burning property during intermittent fasting is towards that 16th hour. So it's really important that you are actually fasting the whole time, like the exact time frame. Now they do say if you don't want to be too harsh on yourself, and it's not necessarily harsh, but if you just want to kind of take it easy, you can fast for 12 hours or 14 hours, which that's kind of where I'm at right now. Like, I still do intermittent fasting, but I won't fast for that long anymore, just because like I'm good where I'm at, you know. I mean, I kind of want to lose like 5 more pounds, kind of don't care. That's where I'm at. I still take care of myself, but it's not so much of a priority for me to intermittent fast anymore because, yeah. But anyways, now I want to talk about how it impacted my journey. So it definitely impacted my journey in a positive way. I definitely will say that it worked. It helped for me to lose belly fat a lot. Like, I don't have like loose fat or anything like that. I mean, I wouldn't say that I was ever like big enough to even carry loose fat where I'm at now, but it's possible, because if, let's say, if all I did was cardio my whole weight loss journey and counted calories, like, I probably would still have a little bit of loose fat, just because I'm not lifting weights and I'm not tightening up anything. But anyways, there are so many different benefits that I gained from intermittent fasting. I've been able to like build and retain muscle. Like, my arms are way more defined, my back looks really defined, my legs, everything. I've been able to lose belly fat, but it also energized me. You would think, you know, well, I gotta fast for 16 hours, like, I'm gonna be so hungry and tired. Eventually your body adjusts. It doesn't take that long. Like, you just have to do it for a couple of days and you're straight. I've been energized. My digestion is a lot better than it was before, and I kind of just trained my body to eat at a certain time and not feel like I need to eat more. And intermittent fasting has also taught me, like, when you're hungry, you can drink water, and like, it makes a big difference, because our bodies do tend to confuse hunger or thirst for hunger, and so when we feel hungry, we'll just pig out on something, but in reality we're just a little dehydrated. And so typically when I'm in my fasting period and I think that I'm hungry, I'll drink like a bottle of water or something, and I'm not even hungry anymore. Because okay, so let me talk about that actually. What you can and cannot have, I know the definition says it's not about what you eat, it's about when you eat. So when you're not supposed to be eating during your fasting period, if you're thirsty or something like that, the only things that you can have are liquids with no calories. It has to have no calories. So water, black coffee, no creamer, you cannot have creamer, and tea that doesn't have any like added sweeteners in it. So for me, I would drink tea and water, because I don't like black coffee. I gotta have my creamer. But yeah, that's typically what I would drink when even if I felt hungry, like, I would just drink water or drink some tea before I go to bed, type of thing. And the thing is, when you're in your fasting period, and let's say you eat a cupcake or you eat a sandwich because you're hungry, it spikes your blood sugar, and so your blood sugar rises, which in turn, it kind of defeats the whole fat burning process during the 16 hours. So once you are through the 16 hours, I think I mentioned before, the 16th hour is like where you're burning, you know. You don't want to go past the 16th hour though, unless it's like you're trying to fast like for a whole day, which is a thing. People fast, people fast for religion as well. So that's that. I've been asked before if it's okay to drink a diet drink, because I know diet sodas, like Diet Cokes, Diet Dr. Pepper, stuff like that, don't have calories. The thing is, I know they don't have calories, but I wouldn't recommend it. I don't even think you should be drinking soda in the first place if you're trying to be healthy, or if you're trying to lose weight or whatever. Like, I just don't think you should be drinking soda anyways, like unless it's your cheat day or something like that. I don't think that you should be drinking that. So I don't think it really matters that it doesn't have calories. I just don't think it's appropriate, and it's not really like, I've seen posts where it kind of like people debate whether or not you can have a diet soda during your fasting period. I personally would not drink a diet soda during my fasting period. I wouldn't drink a diet soda. I would just have the real thing. Anyways, that's my take on that. Do what you want, but I wouldn't recommend it. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that I covered everything about intermittent fasting. If you don't like working out, I would definitely, or like you're new to fitness or whatever the case may be, or trying to lose weight, I would definitely recommend intermittent fasting as a start. It helped me lose, I would say intermittent fasting helped me lose stubborn fat in those areas. You know, those areas like the love handles, the like the hip dips. I don't have those anymore. And even in my face, I've lost fat. My arms, like I've literally lost fat in all the stubborn areas, and I really want to say it's because of intermittent fasting. Obviously calorie counting, but when it comes to trying to shape your body, I just feel like intermittent fasting went so perfectly with my weightlifting, with my calorie counting. You know, I think it was just like the perfect little sprinkle. Like, really hope that I answered. I hope that I addressed everything, because intermittent fasting is just so complex. And this is really important. I think intermittent fasting was very, very effective when it came to when I was ready to weigh myself. So I weighed myself weekly. At the end of the week, typically Thursday or Friday, I will weigh myself. And since I would weigh myself before I ate, and while I was in the fat burning stages of my fasting period, my weight would be very, very accurate, because I didn't have any food on my stomach. I didn't really have a lot of like water weight going on, because I wasn't intaking sodium. And that's another thing that can affect your number on the scale, is if you have a lot of sodium, or if you just ate, or you need to use the restroom, all different types of things. And I feel like when I stepped on that scale while I was like first thing in the morning, when I was in my fasting period of intermittent fasting, blah, 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 I think that my weight was reflected as accurate as possible. Now that I don't do it, my weight is very fluctuated, just because like I eat what I want, but I still eat my calories type of thing, you know? So, like I said, I hope that I addressed a lot of different things. If not, I am gonna link some articles. I think I might even link a YouTuber. His name's FLEDGE Fitness, if I'm not mistaken, and that's all he talks about is intermittent fasting. And I think that he will be very useful to those who want to try it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be busting out with some more, so be ready. And yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.